From Omro down to Mayville, from Rosendale to the Ledge, and everywhere in between, it's time to get you caught up on everything happening in the Flyway Conference. This is the Flyway Focus Sport Report, your home for the best whip-around coverage of your favorite local teams. Now, with all the latest, here's Jordan King.
Good Friday morning to you.
Oh yeah, I felt really good. Coach just talked to us about that play. We didn't really run it in practice at all. We came in the locker room after school. He talked to us about it. Me, Drake, and Colton put the play in right before the game, and we ran it and executed it perfectly first play.
That was Laconia junior running back Jack Renz after last night's 20-8 win against Markesan. Renz scored the game-sealing touchdown with 1.5 minutes left in the third on the run he just described. The Spartans jumped out on the Hornets less than 4 minutes into the game when Colton Hagner forced a fumble that Devin Robbins scooped up and took to the house. Laconia got another first-quarter touchdown from receiver Nick Blank after he out-jumped the Markesan corner and hauled in a TD pass from Drake Nitz. Defensively, Hagner led the way with 18 total tackles and that forced fumble. Coach Joe Ledley says he was happy with the defensive effort specifically against the run.
They knew they were going to try to run the ball. So our defensive plan, Coach Stigler did a great job of a plan. Our guys did a really good job of execution. Quarterback got outside a couple times. They got outside a couple times on sweep, but for the most part, we contained them. We got that early defensive touchdown in the game. That was huge for us. That got us kind of off and running.
So the Spartans win both their non-conference games, 2-0 on the year. North Fondy hosted Crivitz last night, and the Orioles took one on the chin a little bit. 40-0 the final from Oriole Athletic Complex there. In soccer action yesterday, Winnebago Lutheran got its first win of the season, thanks in part to a stellar defensive performance. The Vikings shut out the Clintonville Truckers and got a 54th-minute goal from sophomore Bryce Yonke to seal the 1-0 win. Elsewhere, Lomira used 4 second-half goals to beat Little Chute 5-1. Mayville dropped to 0-2 with a 6-1 loss to Luther Prep. Satellite members Lourdes Academy beat Berlin 8-0. They're 2-0, and Wayland fell 4-3 to Lake Mills. No score reported yet from Campbellsport's match against Winneconne. In volleyball, Lomira lost its first match of the season to Dodgeland. 25-21, 22-25. It was tied after that, and then Dodgeland ran away with it, 25-12, 25-21. Omro swept Ozaki 25-21, 25-12, but also lost to Oakfield at the quad that the Foxes hosted last night. Quickly, let's grab some cross-country results at the Kettle Moraine Lutheran Charger Classic. Campbellsport's boys took the team title with all 5 runners inside the top 12. Garrett Pickering and Logan Nolan finished 2nd and 5th, respectively. WLA's boys finished in last. Caden Ryan led the way in 36th place. Girls race at KML, WLA took 4th, Alex Yonke finishing 18th. North Fondy and Omro both raced at the Omro Fox Run Invitational. North Fondy's boys finished 3rd. Case and Schraffnagel led the way with a 3rd place finish. Omro's boys were 4th. North Fondy girls took 4th in that race. Kelsey Forsyth was a 7th place finisher for the Orioles, and Omro's girls were 5th. And finally, Lomira's boys struggled with a 10th place finish at the Palmyra Eagle Invite, but the girls finished 2nd, led by Whitney Witkowski. She took 3rd. We're on to today's schedule. WLA Volleyball heads to Reedsville this morning for an all-day tournament. WLA, one of 8 schools there. Springs Volleyball goes to the Beast of the Northeast tournament, hosted by Green Bay Notre Dame at the Champion Center in Appleton. The Ledgers start the tournament in Pool H with matches against Mosinee at 1 p.m., Ocano Falls at 2, and Ripon at 4. Their standings from today will determine their schedule for tomorrow. And on to football. Some good games on the slate for this evening. St. Mary's Springs earned a 4 spot in the state rankings this past week, and the Ledgers will go to Madison Edgewood tonight. Edgewood belted McFarland in Week 1, 38-10, so a battle of 1-0 teams. Lomira is at Edgerton. The Lions ranked 9th in the first football poll. Edgerton beat Broadhead Judah 20-6 last week. Campbellsport hosts Kewaskum. The Indians lost 36-0 in Week 1 against Division I Sheboygan North. Mayville will go to Dodge County rival Husticon. You'll remember Husticon got beat badly by Lomira in Week 1, so Husticon looking to bounce back, and Mayville looking to start 2-0. Omro and WLA both looking for their first wins of the season. The Foxes have another tough one tonight against Winneconne. The Wolves beat Little Chute in Week 1. WLA maybe slightly an easier task heading to Chilton. Chilton lost handily to Crivitz last week, 27-0, the final in that one. Hey, your chance to get out to some Friday night football, 6 games around the area. We'll be back tomorrow morning to pass along the scores and talk about the weekend right here. For the Flyway Focus Sports Report, I'm Jordan King.